What's up, beautiful, magical people? Hope you guys are having a wonderful night. I am. Yes, I keep doing this and I'm sitting here and there's no light. I'm like, I can't keep making videos in the dark. But I promise I'll figure out something. If I keep doing this, I'll probably turn on the porch light that we have or something if that would work better. But update on day 2. So day 2 is going good. I mean, I had a slip up. Well, like I felt the slip up. I felt like I was gonna um slip up and order something because me and John were like still fighting or whatever, but not really fighting. Like we were just talking or whatever, and we were just talking about a lot of stressful stuff. And so he kept going. I was like, oh, I want to eat. I want to eat. I really want like Dominican food. And he was like talking about food, and when he was doing that, I was talking about it. I was thinking about it too. I was like, oh man, that would be so good. And I was like, oh, I can just, it's only day, 2. Like, I can just slip up again and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, when this was happening, I was like, this is the same exact time that I slipped up earlier on day 2. And I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I gotta at least be the thing. I gotta learn from it. Like, and, at the time I didn't think, what John said earlier. Sorry if I'm moving around. But I didn't think what John said earlier on the day that I did slip up. He was like, oh, learn from it and, know what you know and then do better or whatever. But it was hard to the point where I was like, if you want to cheat, I was like telling him like, oh, don't cheat, blah, blah. And then I was like, if you want to cheat, I'll cheat with you and we can start over again. And then he was like, oh, it doesn't make any sense because he's only doing it for like 3 days or whatever. He's like, oh, it doesn't make any sense. I have like 1 day left or whatever. And I'm like, that's true. And so he's like, nah, I'm not going to cheat. I'm like, oh, thank God, because I don't think I would be able to do it again if he cheated. Probably later on now I can do it. Like, I'd be like, wow, like I passed day 2, which was really hard. And, day 3 is the hardest. But at least I passed that or whatever. So he ended up not feeling too well afterwards. After he was like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. Sorry. He ended up going and saying like, oh, I'm not feeling well, and he ended up falling asleep on the couch. Our son was like trying to play with him and stuff, but he was sleeping. He was just like out. And so I was like, I woke him up. I said, hey, just go in the room or whatever. And I went and I took care of Joyce the whole night. I did everything. And I just let him sleep. Before I put him to bed, I did try to wake him up and say, hey, I'm putting him to bed now. If you want to come, you can come. He ended up with like, no, like he was like, oh, yeah, yeah. But then he ended up falling asleep and not coming. So I put Jace to bed by myself. And I pretty much started cleaning up. I cleaned up a little bit around the living room. But I'm not trying to exert myself because, I'm on the water fast and I do feel like tired and stuff like that. So I cleaned up as much as I could. And I told you guys that my son, he turned off our fridge. So he turned the knob and turned off the cooling thing, so everything was warm. So I had to throw out everything. So like I said, it was a blessing in disguise. I was supposed to throw out stuff a while ago, like yesterday, I think, or early today, but John wasn't up to it or whatever. He's like, oh, I'll do it later. So while he was sleeping, I did that. I cleaned out my fridge. I also folded up all the laundry. And I've been trying to keep busy, so I can not, think about food and not think about, all the stuff. My TikTok is really, blowing up. A lot of people are giving me encouragement, and I feel like I like this because, I don't really get a lot of comments on here and things like that on YouTube. So when I'm like doing things like this, it's kind of like I'm talking to myself, and so I can like talk myself out of a lot of shit. So I am really actually really happy that, you know, a lot of people are encouraging me and, you know, saying like, oh, you got this, and I'm doing a fast and things like that. So I really, really, really like it and appreciate it, because without that, I think I would be done. Because I thought about like cheating. I was like, oh, I just won't tell TikTok. I will just start over. And I'm like, no, I can't do that, and blah, blah, blah. So I am happy that I have that, because now I am held accountable. I gotta do my shit. You know, other people are encouraging me on, and they've told me that they were on like a 10-day fast, a 12-day fast, 15-day fast already, and, you know, things like that. So I am so excited, and I'm happy that I have that. But that was pretty much the only struggle today. I haven't really felt thirsty or anything like that. I am really, really just excited to just do this journey. And I feel better. You know, I started watching a lot of TikToks about fasting, and then I got a lot of keto stuff. So then I started watching a lot of keto stuff. But the thing with fasting, I found this one TikTok where, oh, sorry, I found this one TikTok where they were like, you know, this is your body, and, you know, when Jesus fasted for 40 days, you know, he was kind of tempted from the devil afterwards or whatever. And I'm not really that religious, but it did speak to me, and I was just like, you know, this is just the devil tempting me or whatever. Or, you know, I don't want to say, I don't know, I'm not really religious, but it's just temptation. And, you know, it's something that I have to keep, you know, not like, I have to keep fighting, basically. And so I am excited to do that. Plus, you know, I'm meeting another person in like 15 days. So it's good to do like a fast. I want to be really good. And then, you know, Jay's back in my life, and, you know, I want to look good for him too. Like, you know, I don't know, not really good for him or whatever. But these are things that are keeping me motivated just thinking about it. And what also keeps me motivated is that I'm doing this for my health. And I'm doing this to change my look on food. I don't want to be obsessed with food. I don't want to be addicted to food anymore. And I want to change my whole entire diet, my whole entire lifestyle. I do want to go back to being keto. And I think that, you know, I said that I was going to cheat, like not cheat, but when I break my fast, I am going to indulge on a lot of shit. I'm still debating whether or not to do that, because a fast is great. You get to really, you know, cleanse out your body and things like that. Because I'm cleansing out my body, I'm thinking maybe it would be the best time to just switch to keto and not tempt my body with all that, you know, goodness, sweetness, or whatever, and actually have like a fresh start. So maybe the sugar-free alcohols and the sugar-free stuff, like the sweetener substitutions, hopefully they'll taste better to me at that stage, you know. So that's what I'm hoping for. I weighed myself again, and I am 221.6. So that's good. I ended up losing those weights, like I said, because I ended up from 223 to 225. So I lost those 2 pounds that I gained, and I lost even more. So that's a plus. I'm really happy that I'm still seeing results and everything. I do feel tired and, you know, lethargic and stuff, but I think I'll get more energy, especially if I sleep earlier, because I'm not, as soon as I come up, I'm just going to go into the bed, because I don't want to be tempted by any food or tempted to buy anything or order anything. So I'm just going to go up, and hopefully that it makes me feel less hungry, and I won't be tempted. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on day 3. Anyway, so like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button down below, and like usual, we'll chat. Peace.